Good evening, everyone. DRBMiller here. How are you guys doing? Did you have a good weekend? What did you do? Did you play Destiny, or were you trying out that demo provided by BioWare, our Anthem demo? Well, that is what I was doing, and if you were with us here on the channel on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then you would have seen some of the most exciting gameplay which we would have encountered during the last decade. So literally one of the biggest games to come out of BioWare during this decade. Anthem is coming soon, coming your way in fact. It is going to be launched on the 22nd of February. We had completed 2 lots of demo testing. One was so-called VIP demo testing a week ago, and the other just completed yesterday, which was open for everyone. We absolutely loved and enjoyed the gameplay. It was tremendous. Lots of different corners to explore in this Anthem universe. We enjoyed this free play mission, option literally on all 3 of those days, and I had the privilege of doing it both by myself and then in a fire team of 4 and 3 consecutively. Some missions I've done with my community members. Some of them were hardcore Destiny veterans. They really looked forward to the Anthem release. They loved the gameplay, and they were particularly glad that they brought him in. At the selection of events was released, I got the news from BioWare, and then I tried to bring in my community members to do it in a team together with me. And this was the best thing I've done during the weekend, because once we were doing it as a fire team of 3, and once we entered the arena, we were facing all these deadly enemies and many events that were being launched at us coming out of that storm which was visible in the skies. And because we were a mighty team, we also faced lots of difficult enemies. Some of those included some frost titans, which were very hard to kill. Then the others were with ash titans, and the final one, the biggest beast that was attacking us, was the ancient ash titan. And in fact we did manage to neutralize that beast with a lot of difficulty, because I faced glitches which are called rubber banding halfway through that task, but my teammates were very experienced and very good in bringing death and destruction to this awesome beast. If interested, you can see a section of that firefight on my Twitter. I posted 2 videos which will give you a slice of action, roughly about 2.5 minutes of it, but we did play for much longer because the beast was very hard to kill, and the event was in there yesterday afternoon. So if you were there, hope you enjoyed it, hope you liked the firefights, hope you're excited about Anthem as much as I am. Hope you will indeed join our community. We'll start streaming Anthem either on the 15th or on the 22nd of February, still depending on a few factors. We'll have to see whether we are going to get access and the kind of a privy possibility to be streaming early. I'm not 100% sure about this yet, but obviously watch this space for further information and news. And tonight we are going to be talking about Anthem No More. I've had my feedback session already early on, which was reasonably busy, and now we are going to be proceeding with our beloved Destiny universe. We are cracking on with Titan. He's already on the level 40, has 390 level of light, and we have lots more to do with him. As you know, we had just completed the base game during our 100 stream, stream number 100, which was done on Thursday, and we are looking forward to carry on with all the other missions. So without further ado, let's just jump in. Back in the orbit. It feels like I've been here a little while back, because the weekend was so long and the demo obviously was overtaking, seems like forever really, and it was only on Thursday that we were revisiting our Anthem universe. So let's have a look. Well, first of all, we need to remind ourselves of the missions which are pending, and the main mission here is House of Wolves, and we already had completed the base game and also the Dark Below. So the House of Wolves was unlocked the other day, and we are going to be playing it with relish. And as you know, our Titan is the character who will be facing all those deadly enemies. So as you could see here, we need to go to the reef and then talk to Petra. She is going to be providing us with the new mission. So without further ado, we are off to the reef. Very soon our Prison of Elders challenges and missions will commence, and our Titan will be engaging, so we really look forward to that as well. But I think those I will do in co-op. I do not wish to do them by myself. I tried them a few times, and some of those I managed to complete, but then the missions where you had to be destroying those mines were causing a lot of difficulty, and I was unable to complete them by myself. So much better fun when done together with other community members in a fire team of 3. So you can see high up in the sky again, and we are traveling to the reef to meet Petra in the Vestian outpost, the reef. Really excited about those new missions ahead of us. We also need to be talking to Master Ives. It doesn't look like it. We don't have to talk to him because we sorted out our kit early on, but I will just very quickly have a look. Yeah, all of that has been sorted out on Thursday. Byronic Hero is serving me really well. Love this hand cannon, and I just want to raise the, attack level. Basically, I want to produce a bit more power on the weapon, but presently I can't. And
you watch me, I watch you.
Indeed, sir, you watch me and I watch you too. But not tonight. We are going to be talking to Petra first.
We found Skolas once. We can do it again.
Skolas is the next enemy that needs to be destroyed in our Destiny universe. Titan, indeed, will be kept very, very busy. By Petra, by Varix, and by everyone else. But you know what? When we complete our Titan, we're off to Destiny 2. And then we'll play we'll play Destiny 2 on Hunter and Titan. And then we'll go to Forsaken, then we'll go to the annual pass. So a lot more for us to do. Many more enjoyable adventures and firefights are before us. So let's see what Petra says. You did well, Guardian. Now, you and I are going to hunt some wolves together. The fallen Hustle wolves bent the knee to my queen. They were taken in after the reef wars accepted. Now they're off the leash. The leader Skolas has fled the Prison of Elders. They must be stopped at all cost.
We just need to identify his next target. I bet I know how we can get started.
Indeed, madam. We are heading to Venus and we will destroy the enemy. No enemy soldier will be left standing. Fear God, honor the king.
Thank you, Guardian.
So we know what to do. I'm not keen on that outfit, I have to admit. Let me just have a look very quickly. Shader is a bit too bright for my liking. We are going to look at some other shader. For some reason he is just yellow there, and I don't like that yellow at all. I think I like that much better. Yeah. No. It's too bright. Oh, that's not too bad. I like that. But I think this one's going to be even better. Yeah. So this is the one that we'll keep. I like it much better compared to the other ones. And then the emblem we have here is, let's see, Blessing of the Ancients, Bomb Squad, one of the blades. Don't like these ones too much. Judgment's right hand. Okay. Put on Judgment's right hand. Legendary emblem. So that's better than the other ones. Okay. Quickly have a look at that subclass. Still a few perks to be acquired, but then once we complete it, we'll go to Defender. Defender's not been used at all. And let's check that rocket launcher is on 390. 390, 378, 384. Yeah, I have to admit that fusion rifle did serve me well. But if we were to be having some sidearm with 395 level, so we would infuse. Okay, so that's all good, all done. We are to go to Venus for another firefight. Off we go. We are ready. And we are cracking on. There we are, my friends. We are now proceeding to Venus. Skolas is the next target. A Kel Rising, level 16 story, head of the House of Wolves on Venus before the Kel Skolas can wrest control of the House of Winter. So there we are taking it on a lower difficulty level. I tried jumping gun and then it wouldn't register, so it's the best if we are doing it on easy level, and then later we'll be given the option for doing it
I
on
can't
harder
wait to work
difficulty
with
levels.
you. Been a long time since I was in the field, even if it's just on the comms. The wolves are led by Skolos, the last of their Kells. He wants control of another fallen house, the House of Winter. He'll kill their leaders and take command of their troops. With your help, we'll stop him cold.
Proceeding.
Your ghost is feeding me telemetry. I see what he sees. Why not take one of those heavy pikes for a spin?
Indeed we shall, madam. We'll destroy the enemy.
Heavy pikes come standard with mines. Not sure how to deploy them, though.
No soldier will be left standing, madam. Fear God, honor the king. Over and out. Well, we are going to grab the spikes. Pursue the wolves. Ooh, destroy fallen walker. Well, the fallen walker destroyed me. The spike is destroyed. We need to work out what to do there, right? Let's see.
The wolves have control of the House of Winter's artillery. Take it out before they dig in.
Okay. No, that wasn't a good thing to do. What I need is my rocket launcher. Not ammunition. That's ridiculous. Let me see. Didn't have any effect. No, it's not gonna work. That's having a good effect. Okay, good. Fusion rifle quite good, eh? Need to be going from the other side. other leg was destroyed, so that's good. Now we have to find out where else to go. I think probably there. Don't have all that much. The good news is I got some ammunition for my fusion rifle. Oh no. Ammunition. Not again! A bit hard, isn't it? Too exposed in there. Oh, I did get some extra ammunition, so that's good. Definitely try to hit that piece from another angle. should be able to hit that beast from behind, maybe. Let's see. Come on, run. Try another grenade. Oh, nearly died now. Taking liberties in here. Well, that's not really pretty good. Still doesn't want to cave in. No. The beast is just resisting. Didn't fancy running around as much, but no other options left, right? Adequate ammunition. That's also ridiculous. Got killed. This is the wrong thing to do. What was it doing? I keep forgetting I'm a Titan. He's jumping in a different faction compared to Warlock and Hunter. You can tell I'm quite new to Titan. Still not gone. How dreadful. I don't have any ammunition for my fusion rifle. That's really troubling. Finally.
Last week I was delivering court messages. Today we're delivering explosions. I love field work. Get after them, Guardian.
Understood, madam. And explosions they will get. Fear God, honor the king. Okay, we destroyed that fallen walker, causing us a few hiccups in there, but you know. All done. Now we're gonna jump on one of the spikes. And we are now going to be flying the spike.
The House of Winter and devils and kings, they hate Skolas. They think he betrayed the Fallen at the Twilight Gap. Your ghost is detecting traces of a stasis field. Skolas was in a pod for years. It might be him.
Okay. So I was able to destroy that servitor without many difficulties. So what's in there? A bit more ammunition. I did get some fusion rifle ammunition, so that's good. In fact, it's interesting, on this Titan I'm trying my fusion rifle.
Strange. They should be fighting. If the House of Winter already kneels to Skolas.
Let's find Skolas, shall we? There he is. He doesn't sound very
Barracks, get on
friendly,
the
does
comms. What did he say?
Yes, yes. In your tongue, he said. The wolves stand strong, cower before the Kell of Kells.
Kell of Kells. Did he give himself a promotion?
A fallen legend. He sees himself as a prophet, perhaps. Or he has gone quite mad.
So let's see where he's gone. Oh, he's gone up there. Okay. This is not a good position. We cannot be aiming properly. No. I nearly used my fusion rifle for this thing I shouldn't have done. It was dreadful. Nearly got killed. I was really close. Look at that. Skolas is down there. Well, at least we hope. Very good. Okay. For a moment I thought that there was something collectible, but it doesn't look like it. Just waiting till my grenade recharges and then we'll use that grenade on that servitor. No ammunition down here, unfortunately, which is what I actually need. So actually, before we proceed, I want to see what perks I have on my gun. True sight, sure shot, quick draw. Okay, that's good. And it must be metal. Okay, so that is going to work as well. I just increased my power. Not going down there yet. Hear that dreadful fusion rifle firing at me. Skolas is there. I do have some weapon in there. Come on, fire it. Well, that was useful, and that worked. For a moment this was Skolas, but actually there was some other animal in there. Surely there should be at least one magazine for my heavy. None. Well, this is disappointing. I thought at least one would be there. Skolas is our mortal enemy, so make no mistake, we want him terminated with extreme
That's
prejudice.
the kill. Take him down, Guardian.
There he is, indeed.
And he's gone. That skiff has already broken orbit. No problem, Guardian. We'll get him. There's still plenty of wolves in there. Best clear them out.
He got away.
Impressive weaponry. Varix, what is that thing?
Scorch cannon. Powerful and very rare indeed.
Get away as quickly as possible. We are going to be having no. This was close, really. All the ammunition in the world. Beautiful. Ah, no. I jumped and I went to the wrong spot. So that is really annoying. Oh no, all from the beginning. Oh no. Scorch cannons we have.
Impressive weaponry. Varix, what is that thing?
Scorch cannon. Powerful and very rare indeed.
I didn't even see him. Well. Nice. He's got Scorch Canyon as well, but why?
That's strange. For a moment, I detected Vex energy all around the site. As for you, that was great work. Nice to meet a Guardian that exceeds my expectations. Come back to the reef. Winter now bows to Skolos, and the wolves have just gotten started.
Indeed, madam. I will relish all those future battles with wolves, and I will destroy them all. Fire at will. So we had completed this mission. It's actually not more difficult than expected. I thought I was playing it on the easy difficulty level, but it didn't seem to be that easy. So we got 202 kills, 14 precision kills, and I got killed twice. So that was no fun being killed. So what's the mission? Go back to the base, talk to Petra, I think. Let's see. But the mission was very enjoyable. Has to be said, I enjoyed it. Upgrades. We have some upgrades. Where? On my leg armor. Increase strength, increase intellect. We want to increase intellect. And then we have legendary engram. Maybe it's just going to be more powerful than we've got. We'll have to see. Couple of engrams, alright. What was the mission? Talk to Petra. But you know what? We have got some bounties in here. Defeat 10 fallen mages ultras. Okay, reputation is up. And then another one here. 30 kills with solar weapons. Reputation is up. That's the Prisoner of Elders challenges. Okay, we are not there yet. And then, okay, we're doing quite well. This is all clean. It's the way we want it to be, and we want to go back to the reef and then talk to Petra. So you can see these ones are not unlocked yet, but they will be in due course. Actually, I'm wrong. They have been unlocked. Challenge of the Elders, Prison of Elders, Prison of Elders. We are going to do that with our community members in a team of 3. Then the mission is a lot easier to complete. But at the moment we're going back to the reef, we're going to Petra, and indeed we are going to be asking her a few more questions after the briefing. Hopefully she's going to give us another mission swap. So stand by, get ready, and now proceed to the reef. There we are, we arrived. First of all, we need to speak to our friend Bounty Tracker, because I realized
bounty closed on Archon Priest Fairlane. Tower channel 21
wasn't
open.
too clever. Grenade kills.
Acknowledged. Tower confirms availability.
Roy weapon kills. Fallen defeated. It's about all bounties collected. There are many of those for Siva Heroics. We're not doing them today.
Exchange complete.
So we are now going to Master Ives. But you know, the beauty of Destiny is this is a game which you can play in so many different ways, and each one of your characters does have special abilities. You can do lots of different things, and then you can tailor your action accordingly. I'm just literally still thinking of Anthem, because I've been spending a lot of time playing the demo, and I'm also thinking how different the both games really are from one another. Although the expectation was that Anthem will be similar to Destiny, I can tell you after testing it, there are no similarities whatsoever. I mean, the only one is the open world, this massive big universe, but the way you tackle the enemies, the way you change your weapons, the way you engage with the story is on a different level.
Bring me my warm coat.
Also, it looks and feels different. I think that's something which is very important. The atmosphere, you know, the mystery, the eeriness of that open world, and the types of enemies you face is altogether inherently different. So if you are a great Destiny fan, if you play Destiny 1 and 2, I can just, you know, wholeheartedly invite you to join also the Anthem community, because you'll have plenty of fun, and you'll have 2 separate games which you can enjoy then for many hundreds of hours for many months and years ahead. And well, Nothing can get better than that, really. Here we are, Master Ives. Good evening, sir. I have several engrams for encoding. Will you be able to provide me with service? He already said I'm at your service, so without further ado, we are proceeding.
Yes.
So we have one engram here, and legendary
Looks
engram.
uncomfortable.
Rakuguena type. I'm curious about this Rakuguena. 390, 391. Well, that is really unfortunate. I really wanted it to be 392. But regrettably, it is not there. So what's this? 385 fusion rifle? No, we don't need that much. No. This was a silly thing to do. I could have infused that one with... yeah, well, never mind. Never mind. Error of judgment. Lost item. You name it. 385, 390, 379. Can I infuse? Always missing that wretched exotic shard. But you know what? I really like this Dragon's Breath. Look at it. Dragon's Breath looks like a dragon. Or is it a shark? Well, you tell me. I'm not sure. But either way, it looks menacing. And I like using that Dragon's Breath on the enemy. The enemy gets scared. And the enemy gets obliterated, which is even more important than just getting scared. So there we are. Nice and easy. We'll carry on. Just have to put my other rocket launcher on. 390. Because guess what? I don't want to be short of my light.
Go shoot at things then.
I will do, sir, with pleasure and relish. We don't want to speak to Varix. We need to go to Petra. She's up there. Has another mission for us. So let's speak to Petra.
We found Skolos once. We can do it again.
We just need to identify his next target. Fallen communications are the key. Varix will be able to break them. Let's get moving, Guardian.
We just need to identify his next target. I bet I know how we can get started.
Shiplings. We need to be patrolling Venus and collecting shiplings. Right. So quickly we'll have a look. Patrol Venus and collect fallen shiplings from fallen vandals. And we need to collect 100, so that is going to be a bit of a grind. Well,
For the reef.
for the reef, madam. Fear God, honor the king, for the reef. But her allegiance is to her queen. So we'll take a look. We'll enjoy this peace and quiet for a few moments. And then we are going to go in orbit and then face some other deadly enemies. We do this every single time before going to missions because we do not know what battles will bring us, and we never know whether we are to come back in one piece, dead or alive. So thinking of those people you love, places which are close to you, and looking at the scenery which warms your heart is always of essence. It provides you with strength, encouragement, and resilience to face and then ultimately defeat the enemy. Right, we are ready to go up, and we need to be going to orbit. There we are, my friends, up in the air yet again, flying around, choosing another mission, and we know the next mission is on Venus. Patrolling is what we need to do. There it is, patrolling Venus. Just double check, because sometimes we get extra options which can be enabled, but there's no need for that at the moment. We can just crack on and do some patrolling. So get ready for more firefights, for more action, and many more adventures ahead.
Incredible to think Venus was once a bastion of research and learning. Maybe someday it will be again.
Just having a look and exploring how busy our community is. Quite a few people are playing Destiny 1 tonight, so that's pretty good, and quite a few people watching.
I see the darkness turning its eyes to this area, Guardians. Find them before they find you.
I certainly shall, madam. No further shall they see the light of today. They will be obliterated. Enemies killed. Jumping on my sparrow. Flying around. Looking for those enemies. The dreaded enemy. Here they are. As you know, they're always up here in large numbers. We've been here many, many times. Okay. Matthias is here. Hello, how are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Matthias is asking me what are you up to. Well, at the moment I'm doing those Ice of Wolves missions on my Titan, and so far so good. And prior to that I was doing my Anthem Q&A, you know, demo feedback, which unfortunately wasn't as busy as what I had last week. And the reason is very simple. They had disabled the Anthem service, and then I couldn't get my broadcast to go into Anthem channel. It was very annoying, and but the Q&A was enjoyable. There were, you know, a few people coming in there, but nothing as busy as last week. Last week I had about 2,000 people going through the channel, up to 70, 80, you know, at any given time watching, so that was pretty good. And everyone very excited. Everyone very excited about Anthem. I did have several Destiny veterans joining me yesterday, and we were doing our first Fireteam adventure as Bioware introduced, you know, the new content, which was just given for Sunday afternoon. So we literally hammered it with everything, and the extra content, bonus content, was very good. Basically, we had the situation where there was like a major storm coming, and then like meteors were coming from the storm, and after that terrible beasts were attacking the planet, and they included Frost Titans, Ash Titans, and Ancient Ash Titans, and those were very menacing. So 3 of us were just racing, trying to get into this vent and, you know, deal with all of those beasts. Very, very good fun. And how are you, sir? Are you enjoying Resident Evil 2 Remake still? Are you playing it and streaming it? Are you also on the second or third character there. How's your going? Yes, it did. Yes, it was really a lot of fun, and I'm certainly hoping that you know, you will also join the Anthem universe.
Well, I think you got your point across.
The mission's complete. Wait a minute, how can I be? I don't fancy doing anything which is not necessary. Well, yeah, also the other thing, kind of definitely worthy of note, is the fact that Anthem second weekend, which was obviously offered to everyone, was an open demo, was a lot less glitchy than what we had during the VIP test. So they literally worked 24/7 in resolving these issues. And I still had that dreaded rubber banding, but I think this was more to do with me streaming, you know? Taking Lieutenant is slain, that's pretty good. What I was going to say is that the dreaded rubber banding was persisting whenever I streamed my Anthem demo, and I don't know what was causing it. Complained to Bioware, and they kind of explained a bit, but I didn't really understand it. And that was the only major problem I had during this weekend. But coming back to the game is awesome. It doesn't at all look or feel like Destiny, and it literally feels very complimentary. It's probably closer to Mass Effect than what we expected it to be, and really very, very enjoyable. Also, it seems like a vast game. You know, the map is massive, and there'll be lots of missions and places to go to. You get really, you know, the major flavor of something very exploratory. Lots of story missions, quests and sub-quests. You have lots of collectible items. They can be collected in various underground tunnels and, you know, literally everywhere. And then when you collect them, you harvest them. And after that you can craft them. And when you craft them, you're getting all these bits and pieces in order to enhance your power and weapons and kit. Javelins, the suits are very easy to fly. A lot easier than more experienced in some other games, and that was literally you know, very well received. And you can combine flying with floating and running and racing and sprinting. The maps are massive, and it looks like a lot of RPG content with dialogue and, you know, sub quests. So I can only say that it's living up to its potential so far, and the glitches will be resolved. I think once it comes to the main game, it's unlikely to be experiencing all of that. They work 24/7 during the week to resolve everything on the demo, and I really look forward to it. And also I'm considering whether to stream it from the 15th, but I'll have to join Origins, and if I join Origins I can use them, I guess, for a month or two, just in order to have preview access, because everyone who is the member of Origin will be able to access the game on the 15th, which is already in about, what, 11 days, next Friday. So that's very good. So generally, to summarize, I had a very, very good and very enjoyable weekend. Matthias says I've beaten the main game on both scenarios and both extras available. And he says also I was unfortunately very busy this weekend, and even though I downloaded it, I did not try it. Well, the trouble is, a lot of people did complain of some login problems and glitches, so from that point of view, maybe you were spared, you know, some of the difficulties. But on the other hand, if you were to join yesterday, and if you were to try, then they did throw in a lot of extra content, which was a selection of events in the free play arena, and they were really good. They were really, really enjoyable. The only way you can get the big beasts and the big monsters was if you played it on hard difficulty level, and a lot of people didn't realize that initially, so they were looking for those beasts and couldn't find them anywhere. And also, in order to access lots of different events, you were to be in a team. If you were doing it by yourself, then you were getting like very few, and the reason is quite simple: the beasts were really quite hard to kill, and you couldn't tackle them unless you were in a team. Therefore, they weren't even springing up if you weren't in a team. In fact, I've read the review done by somebody for Kotaku, and he was complaining about this, and he didn't even realize at all that he should have been in a team. And obviously it's a multiplayer, and the focus is on a team of 4 rather than doing it, solo. So he was like complaining there's lack of content and I don't know what, and it's just completely off mark. He completely misunderstood the whole concept, completely misread what BioWare said. And obviously, if you were doing it by yourself, you couldn't come across that ancient Ash Titan and all the other guys, because they would come in sequence. But definitely, it looks like a really, really good game. On the the big blockbusters of this decade, and they spent obviously 6-7 years working on the game, and it shows really. You'll see the graphics are so beautiful, big. Just second to none. The world is so immersive, and it's just asking you to look around, to walk, to fly, to explore, and I really can't wait to see what sort of story missions there will be. As you know, BioWare do have these fantastic stories, and it does feel like a massive game, We are going to be able to play it for a long while, because I remember when Mass Effect came out, particularly Mass Effect 2, I thought, my goodness, this is a big game. And Anthem's probably going to be tenfold. And all the elements of RPG, of tactical, firefight gameplay and all of that is so beautifully incorporated. And because you have 4 different suits and you can bring them into your team, you'll have a scenario like in The Division, 4 specialists entering a particular location and trying to tackle the hostiles. So, really, really cool. Yeah, I'm back to Destiny. I'll carry on with Destiny. Anthem and Destiny are going to be, basically hand in hand here. Matthias says, so you are getting to the end game level on your character, so ideally we need to get you a sleeper stimulant. Yeah. I mean, bit by bit. I still have a lot to do on story missions. I've just started tonight House of Wolves, so I'll have, the Taken King and Rise of Iron. So we have plenty to do on Titan. But story missions are quite easy, so they're very enjoyable. And then once I raise everything, once we come to the end of story missions, then we'll be looking at strikes and raids and all this. But I think what I'll do is I'll combine Destiny 1 with Destiny 2. And then I have to see how it all goes with Anthem. On Destiny 2 I have plenty to do. I still have to do Forsaken. I need to join the annual pass and the seasons. So there'll be a lot more to do. But the idea was to build all the characters to the top level on Destiny 1, finish all the missions and have a sense of completion. That was the idea behind it. And so far so good. So we'll crack on with those missions. I just want to see whether I have collected all that was necessary in there or not. And 28. Okay. So I better be getting some other beacons in there. Let's take another beacon.
There's a lot we can use back at the tower from this location. Sending specifics.
Deny their power. Shock cores collected. Okay. some fallen shiplings in here as well, so that's good. Probably back to square one with those. Plenty of enemies up here. Many more firefights ahead. A question for Matthias. Are you going to be pre-ordering the Division 2? Are you going to be playing that game as well? Because yesterday I had a few people coming in. They all pre-ordered, and some of them are going to be doing beta testing of the Division 2 as well. So I'm quite curious. Are you also interested in the Division? Are you going to be doing it? I'm actually still to play the Division 1. And I've got it. I've sort of tried it a bit, but I've not completed it yet. Because I've been so busy with Destiny. In fact, I've not been able to play many other games at all, you know, because the broadcast obviously is focused on Destiny. And I also have PlayStation Now, and they have some really good games in there as well. But I'll take 1 week as a week for kind of exploratory work, and then I'll be just looking at all sorts of games there on PlayStation Now services. Matthias says, I was quite disappointed with the first Division game as I pre-ordered the game and the Season Pass. So no, I will not be on the Division 2. What was the problem with the Season Pass? Somebody else was telling me this a few months ago. Was there lack of content? It seemed like too expensive with too little given, or... Oh. I've completed some other task there in one of the books, so that's good. It's funny how they're all respawning on my Titan, but I remember doing this, I think on Warlock, and couldn't get to it because I'll get those lieutenants as well. There are 3. There are 3 to be killed. The game was a long grind, and originally you had to kill the same enemies repeatedly in order to have good loot drops, I see. So it felt repetitive. iGoose was here with me yesterday, and iGoose and myself and another chap played the missions, you know, the events yesterday in Anthem, and I know that iGoose played the Division and he's sort of quite looking forward to the new one. So Matthias says, coupled with an atmosphere that looked the same everywhere, it just seemed very boring. Yeah, I've tried. I've started with the Division right at the beginning, you know, when you build your character, and I've done some tutorials. That seemed fine, but I didn't go deeper into the game. Were you doing co-op in a team, literally the whole game, or were you doing it solo? Or both, in fact? Yeah, I thought so. iGoose was saying the same. He was also doing it in co-op, and you know, different teams, and then by himself. But I think he was very, very happy about the game. And we talked yesterday about the idea of 4 specialists in a team, which is what we'll have in Anthem as well. You know, that's going to be interesting. But apart from the idea that there aren't any other similarities or links. Well, there was a lot of hostility expressed towards Electronic Arts, you know, during the weekend. And also there was some rumors flying around, most of which were completely based on imagination, about those microtransactions, and they didn't... Somebody leaked a page that included some references to what's going to be happening, although BioWare did not agree as yet on how the whole thing is going to work, and you know, just massive rumors flying about the social networking forums, and they obviously denied that microtransactions are going to be very expensive or anything, in addition to the fact that they will have no impact on the games and just purely cosmetic. And also they did say that everything which is going to be offered on microtransactions, one will also be able to get in the game. It's just going to be a longer grind. So I think really seems fair. But on the other hand,
Fallen skiff incoming.
People do have concerns about, you know, such items being charged for. And also the prices would have to be quite reasonable. It's quite an expensive game. The base game costs £60 and the special edition is £80 right at the beginning. And if we get some DLC, that's going to cost as well. Although BioWare said that all of the DLC content is going to be delivered free. There'll be no extra cost, but you know, it remains to be seen really whether or not.
Almost done. Keep it up. More fallen.
Oh, there. What is going on?
Almost done. Keep it up. Almost got all of them.
Oh well. Didn't win it. Just collect all of those. At least I got something out of it.
All right. Now what?
Next beacon.
No enemy in 1,000 worlds is as fearsome as 5 miles of unknown terrain. Stand by for coded dispatch.
Like the fancy sniper on. So let's see whether I can do that. That 385, 385. Yeah, I think Event Horizon's quite good. So we'll try that. I've been using sniper on my Titan almost at all. Been using that wonderful or very powerful fusion rifle. Glad to have discovered it. Maybe this is not going to be necessary. Let's see. And maybe it will be. There was some movement up there, 12 o'clock. Where is it? Some beautiful sights in here. Enemy flying. This is all we want to see. No more. Well, that's good. My super didn't. Plenty to collect in here. He was resisting. Okay. Area mapped. So we did get that, alright. But we don't really need to be doing this anymore because we collected. Well, maybe just for fun. What else? Okay. Just tackle them and see whether complete this task as well. Also need quite a lot of ammunition, which I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, we got some of those lieutenants coming up as well. Alright, so that's good. There's another lot up here. Okay. Beautiful. That was beautiful. My goodness, these are some firefights. another one. All three at once. So what's happened? Where's the last one? Where's that lieutenant? Where is the lieutenant? Oh boo, he didn't really come up here at all. Mighty punches delivered by my Titan. One of our community members said that Colossus Javelin was his favorite because it was presenting us with that ability to use brute force. Big, bulky and sturdy. And I guess Titan is a bit like that in here as well. No similarities at all to Colossus Javelin suit though, just purely the use of brute force, melee and, you know, sheer power. Alright, so what else? Where do we need to go? Spirit Bloom. Up, probably. Boom! Okay. So we are going to go here. Okay. And then I fell. Right. Bit silly. Fell even further. These grenades are pretty good because they obviously make them confused, and we do want to see that. The area needs to be marked. Okay. Let's see. It's up there. Alright. Looking for this area. We don't have to do that, but you know, just want to complete. That's all. Come on, leg it. Leg it. would say that the pointers in Anthem work a bit better compared to these in Destiny 1. They're a lot more precise and you can orient it better, faster. In here we sometimes have problems that these pointers come up and then disappear, and you know, that sort of thing. Obviously Anthem being a new game, better technology and all sorts. It seemed very good because when we were flying it was very easy to allocate both our team members and also where the mission was going to be. So really, really enjoyable. For anyone who's watching and perhaps have not heard of Anthem, Anthem is the biggest new game of the decade to come out of BioWare. Massive big RPG. And obviously a lot of expectation in the community about the game. Testing it now for the second weekend running. And it's been really good fun. And now everybody, after being with that Anthem universe for 2 weeks, or for 2 weekends, is looking forward to its full release date, which is on the 22nd of February. This is a bit annoying. I don't think I even picked up this beacon. Not sure why I have to be doing it. I don't know. Let's see. It's always good to get some of those bounties filled. Alright, so as usual, no. Probably it is there. Enemy is holding the upper ground, so it means that I'm being hit from all sides. And that's no fun at all. So we'll go up the stairs and find that still there. Yeah, I got away. Not here. Where is it then? back in the hole. I wonder why. That's a bit silly.
We got it. Let's move.
So we need to talk to Barracks. We have completed this section. Let's see what Barracks has to say. We are back to the reef, up in the orbit, my friends, pursuing another adventure in our Destiny universe. There we are. Back to the reef. As you can see, we need to speak to Master Ives first because we did get some
all right.
engrams in there.
Ask your questions. You Guardians, you come here, you take our finest things.
Okay.
Oh, it pains me to let this go.
None of them are as powerful as we would want them to be. So we done on 385, and what was the other one? There was a weapon in there, wasn't it? 385. And Jade Rabbit. Missing exotic shard. That's annoying.
Are we done?
Indeed, sir. I shall be back after another battle. So now I need to speak to Barracks.
Skolas is prey, not easily cornered.
We now face these Silent Fang expert assassins. Follow the scent to Earth.
Silent Fang, expert assassins. Follow their scent to Earth.
Indeed, sir, I shall. Fear God, honor the king.
For house judgment.
So we have to speak to Petra again, and she is going to be giving us another mission.
We're going up against the Silent Fang? I've been waiting for this.
I fought the Fang before, Guardian. They are tough, but we are tougher. Let's take them on.
I've fought the Fang before, Guardian. They're tough, but we're tougher. Let's take them on.
So we have to go to Cosmodrome.
Back to the stars.
Indeed, madam. Fear God, honor the king. We'll have a look at the scenery, have a moment of peace. And this is going to be our last mission for tonight. A bit of a shorter stream than usual, but we spent a lot of time on Anthem, and we are going to be expanding on Destiny later in the week. So I ask everyone to be a bit patient, and our Titan will be then advancing to all of those other adventures. Silent Fang is here. Off we go. So easy to walk through those missions when you have enough power, adequate weaponry, and when you're leveled up. Did not realize that when I was
before I earned my
first
post
character.
as the Queen's emissary, I served her in the Reef Wars. The Silent Fang are assassins, killers, real charmers. During the war, they went after our commanders. They'll do the same to the House of Devils. Verix and I know all their tricks, though. We'll get them.
Indeed, madam, we are going to get them. They'll be all left in the field, no soldiers standing.
We think they're gathering at the Cosmodrome gates. Best we find them before they do what they do best. Watch your back.
What on earth? Oh, I go on legendary, so that's good. Getting legendaries is always full of joy, and it warms my heart because we work really hard in Destiny to, you know, go up. And as we've heard from our friends yesterday, Destiny 2 is even harder. Destiny 2 Forsaken, that is. So remember, my friends, if you are approaching that wonderful Destiny 2 world, and if you are doing the seasons, it is going to be a long, long grind on some of the missions. Oh, I like seeing that. This is just truly beautiful when you see all these enemies flying about as they succumb to pressure. Spin metal leaves. Okay. So let's see what we actually have to do. Seek out Silent Fang. Rules. Elite assassins. So we are going to be looking for them for sure.
In the war, I led an attack on the Fang during the Cybele Uprising. We managed to kill or capture most of them. Only reason we won, I think.
Yeah, these ones are quite dreadful. How could I miss him with such close range? Destiny World is great. It's always great to revisit, and when you come back, I feel like just you know, coming back home or revisiting your friends or family or people you love the most. It's just amazing. I've not been here for a few days and I just feel really at home. There are other games like Elder Scrolls, for instance. They have also the same aura. You meet all the different characters and, you know, explore territories. And I guess we can really think of several. What's great about Destiny is, you know, the community spirit. All of us dedicated gamers. Putting in all these hours of wonderful, entertaining gameplay, of course. Excuse me. Did he die or not? Oh, gone. What's going? Oh no! What's happening? I lost concentration. A bit tired now. A very, very busy, lengthy weekend. Excuse me. I literally can't do anything. Double sneezes. And now I can't see that thing which is killing me. Good headshot. There we are.
Varix, why have the devils deployed so many traps?
Devils can detect comm signals as well as we can. They know the wolves have their scent.
Dreaded lines. So many traps in there. What did I do? Oh, good job I have such mighty fists, because otherwise I would have been dead. Kells with blades are very deadly. And I started out as a warlock. I suffered most greatly. So he taught me a lesson. He taught me a lesson. So I have to find a way which I could just simply take advantage. When invisible, they really are the most difficult. And very frequently, they are invisible. So, where do we go from here? Yet again, same story. See what else is out here. Hiding in the
Fang
dark.
probably helped Skolas escape. But rumor has it the Queen gave him to the Nine. How did the Fang get Skolas past them?
Captain Jack's here. Hello, how are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching my broadcast. Captain Jack says you can shoot the mines again while they're in the air. That's true, but for some reason I was saving ammunition. I wasn't thinking that far. It must be tiredness after doing Anthem for the second week running. A bit tired of those glitches, you know, and the technical problems, but the actual gameplay was absolutely amazing. I loved it. And
We're detecting... Yes. Wolfcom's just beyond the wall. That has to be the Fang. Eyes up, Guardian.
I hope that all of my Destiny veteran friends are going to be as excited about Anthem as I am after doing it, and hope you guys are going to join in, get the game, and enjoy that Anthem universe. So we are going to have two different worlds to contest, one called Destiny World, the other called Anthem Universe. Oh yeah, I remember that. Another fusion rifle in there. Oh, that was great. Fast, isn't it? Headshot. Mind you, his shield was destroyed.
Commander of the Fang. He just called you a... well... it was an insult.
Nearly got me. See him. I didn't see him. Where did he go? The invisible one. I don't see him.
Nice work. You denied Skolos the House of Devils. But there's another fallen house on Earth. I'd be willing to bet he's going after the Kings next.
Okay, so we need to be collecting some ammunition. We can get to it because principally... I can get one of those. Okay. Well, we've come to the end of our broadcast for tonight. We'll just very quickly recap. And we are going to go back to the reef. We need to talk to Petra, but we are just going to go back to the reef and then have a look at the scenery, and then we call it a day. then we'll call it a day. Alright, so we have another perk here. Sniper rifle ammunition. We have then what? Some engrams. Okay. Off to the reef. So you could see. Off we go. Hurry! Stand by and then proceed to the reef. Yeah, we arrived, and we are now going to be just very quickly doing those engrams, cashing our bounties, and then we'll call it a day. I'll call it a night, in fact.
My novices can help you test it.
Disassembly required. Disassembly required. Rocket launcher 390. Okay. So that's much better than the other one. Machine gun, rocket launcher. King. No, we don't have that exotic shard. And then, where is it now? Shotgun. 390 we want to see. Alright, so let's have a look.
Back out there, Guardian.
And then one more bounty. I think there was one bounty, I think. Oh, two bounties, alright. So we have Elixir hunting. 50 fallen completed. Strange coin we got, and then we have Oryx's Hoard, defeat 50 taken, that's completed as well. Oh, we got another engram, but before we do this engram, we'll have a look at our record book, Age of Triumph. And we had completed something in there as well. Let's see what that is. Portable destruction. Grenade kills 265. So that's very good. Waltz on a whiz bang. I thought it was called Waltz bang, whiz bang. Okay. Traveler's Eclipse, City Watch. We do have all of these already. Logical conclusion. All in all, I do not have completed. Another perk unlocked, and that perk is Smart Drift Control. Penalty to velocity, greater reduced recoil. We can try that one. Disassembly required. And then we have, oh, we have another engram in here.
Well, I hope you have something of interest.
Indeed, so I have one more engram for you.
Let's take a look. Have you ever used one of these before?
Another one we got, which is our Gauntlet. 385, we have 394. Useless. It's a long grind, really. Not being able to increase from 390 for a little while. But you know what? Getting a lot more discipline, look at that. Cooldown is 49, and this one, wow, we did want to have 300 intellect, 170 strength. Okay.
Are we done?
We are done indeed, sir. So we will go back to our favorite spot here. Look at the scenery, and then think about the loved ones and everything we cherish the most. My dear friends, we come to the end of our broadcast for tonight. Thank you very much for coming and watching. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for talking to us. Our Destiny world was somewhat reduced during the last 2 weekends, but as you know, we are continuing with our exploration. And Anthem is not going to be out until the end of the month, 22nd of February, so many more Destiny 1 and 2 adventures to come this month before we start with our Anthem broadcast as well. And I hope you are going to enjoy those as well. So if you wish to support the channel and those broadcasts, you could just donate some bits or cheers, or you can just go and use the donor link, which is on Streamlabs. And indeed, therefore, you will help both myself as a Twitch streamer and also other Twitch online entrepreneurs. So I thank you in advance for that support. And I also thank you for coming tonight and for watching my channel and contributing. And then I can just say that I'll see you all tomorrow when we resume with our Destiny universe. And on that note, I shall wish you all a very, very good night.
Tower re-upping fallen infestation bounty. First light bounty. Route to Amethyst. Closing relay. Palace cluster. Quarantine. Guardians, please report for bounties. All routes clear. Confirming resolution of Swarm Prince bounty. Please acknowledge. Guardians, I have been assigned to report and transmit tower bounties. Confirm for growth chambers. Incoming from Hectorian Outpost 3.